Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining today. Our discussion is on presenting from remote locations and some of the creativity we've had around remote presentations and Zoom kits. I'm joined today by Kevin Baldwin and Delano Bartolome, and we're looking forward to this discussion. Kevin?
Thank you, Jason. So we've had a number of clients reaching out to us looking for our assistance on creating home presentation kits for virtual meetings and such for their sales staff. And so we've compiled a number of items that will help you both from the audio and visual and lighting aspects, and then getting down into items as simple as a reminder for those around you that you're at work. So we're excited to share some of those items. Do you have anything to add to that, Delano?
Thanks, Kevin. So we've compiled a number of questions that have come up, and we'd like to take a few minutes to go over those with you. The first question has come up is why would an organization want to consider purchasing these presentation aids for their staff?
That's a great question, Delano. I think we often hear how important that first impression is, and it's no less important in the virtual format that we find ourselves in this kind of COVID period that we're all working through. And whether it's the lighting, obviously it's important to have lighting that works with all skin tones, and having an audio that is clear and good quality. There are a number of different reasons or different items that we'd want to include in that kit to ensure that the presentation is as good as it would be in a face-to-face format.
So who is this type of Zoom kit for? Who's it intended for?
So typically I would say anybody that has external facing sort of duties within your organization, and primarily we're thinking about your sales staff and folks that would be working with clients and consulting them. Yeah.
So from a technical perspective, or the technology in this set, what would you say makes up a really great presenter studio?
From a technical point of view, there are really 4 core components, key components to any Zoom kit or presentation, home presentation studio. The first one being a good webcam. So typically your built-in webcam in a laptop ranges from a quality of 360p all the way up to 720p. A good webcam, those that we provide, range from 1080p all the way up to 4K resolution, which is a huge upgrade over your typical built-in camera. The second component is good lighting. That is accomplished through a ring light. They come in a range of diameters from 10 inches all the way up to 20 inches, really depending on your needs. The third component is a good microphone. And the key component in a home studio microphone is the noise canceling feature, which helps eliminate as much as possible of the background noise. Lastly, a good pair of earphones will make a huge difference and create an experience that is as close as possible to a real life in-person meeting.
That's good, Delano. And there's some opportunities here from a creative aspect as well, Kevin.
Yeah, yes, absolutely, Jason. So, I think another important aspect to this kit is certainly the visual cues to let a spouse or children or roommate know that you're engaged in your work, you're in a meeting. So a door hanger, to your office or what have you that indicates that you're otherwise engaged is extremely important, just to minimize those unwanted interruptions. And then I would just say also perhaps think about the idea of creating a piece of clothing for these Zoom meetings for any of your external, facing employees who are interacting with customers, to look at clothing where you have the brand placed on the shoulder, as opposed to the traditional sort of primary location for deco on a garment, so it's visible in the camera.
So with these items like the camera, the light, is there a lot of setup required, downloading software, that type of thing?
A great question, Jason. The components of the kit are really plug and play. They're very universal, so they're ports, USB ports, USB-C ports. What you'd see on a Microsoft or Apple machine, they're really cross-platform and compatible. Whether your employees are working on a Microsoft machine or an Apple machine, those kits will be compatible.
Jason, could you help us understand how Adform would facilitate the delivery and kitting of these products?
Very good. So we've already met and worked out what's applicable, what's going to work really well for your team. So now Adform is bringing all of the items together in our fulfillment center, QCing the items, making sure that everything's working, and the creative is consistent. Let's say the set consists of an apparel item and a door hanger and the box and the insert, making sure that it's all proofed and consistent, and we then mail them out. Depending on the size of the package, we'll determine whether it's something to go FedEx or USPS, or what's the best method, and we're mailing it out to the employees' homes. In some cases, might be a mixture of some home addresses and some offices. So we work out the details of all of that and where it goes. And we do that early in the process so that when the goods are ready, when everything's produced, there's no delay, right to QC, fulfillment, and we ship it out. So we'll work with you on the timeline, and we'll make sure that it can work for you and your team. So really appreciate your time and watching today. We've enjoyed our discussion and hope you found it helpful and informative. We look forward to helping you with your own custom presenter studio and Zoom kit. Reach out to anyone here at Adform, and we will certainly help you through the process. Thank you so much.